To those who follow NoEqual over the past years, you would know that we love these two types of cars. First of all is the Porsche 911, and another one is the Nissan Skyline. Now, we've always skewed towards JDMs, but among all JDMs, our team have always adored the Nissan Skyline. Well, for this time around, we sat down with the R34 in the perspective of an owner just to find out what is it like to own these kind of cars in this day and age with all the JDM techs.
Hello, hi. So yeah, Nissan Skyline R34 GTR. Now, benda ni dah harga dah mengarut. I think nowadays these are about close to $1 million at least. And we're here to find out if kereta-kereta macam ni, these kind of JDMs yang orang panggil legend, king, is it really worth that much? Is it really that great? Now, to be honest, a lot of people yang beli kereta-kereta macam ni, most of the time they buy it at 700,000, 600,000, beli, do up a bit, and probably lepas bawa 4 kali jual. It's not really worth this kind of thing, is it? Kau beli kereta-kereta macam ni, tapi last kali tak pakai. This particular car, this has been owned by the same person for the past 14 years. For something like this to be daily driven, I'm pretty sure ramai orang akan kata dia gila. I'm not surprised. We wanted to find out if this thing, if it's daily driven, how feasible is it? How can you actually daily drive a Nissan Skyline GTR when the price is worth about 1 million ringgit now, but you still daily drive this thing? So is it reliable? Is it like easy to find parts? Senang tak nak order from Japan lah? And all these things online, are they really helping with the value of this car? So why not we find that out? When this car came out back in '99, the interior was really nice. You have a screen on a '99 car. I'm pretty sure whatever car back then, Honda ke Toyota or whatever, mana nak ada screen macam ni? So you don't even see these kind of things. You don't get boost gauges digitally. You don't get to see your injector pressure, whatever. You need these kind of things. You need a gauge. And kalau you know your Skylines, especially like the 34 GTT, the GTT has 3 gauges, and the R34 has the LCD screen, the digital display. And if you're looking at the dashboard from the driver's seat, I love how everything is just tailored to you. It's more focused towards you. Tapi yang bestnya about this kind of thing is that these are all analog. You don't get these kind of things anymore. Tapi it comes at a price. Now, this is where all these JDM techs come in. And I'm pretty sure you've heard of the name Chan Eugene. Kita pernah buat video on dia. Eugene from JDM Autolink. So he has all the parts that you want. Let's say you have a 34, you want some parts. You're looking for this thing, I'm pretty sure he has it. You're looking for a new Nismo meter, pretty sure he has it. You're looking for a new screen. If you're looking for a pair of seats, yeah. So these pair of seats, if you are a 99 to an 00 owner of an R34, Eugene has got you covered. Those are worth about 20,000 for the grey R34 seats. Or you go with the V-Spec 2 seats. Now those are these seats, these black seats. Now these, these are worth about 40 to 50,000 ringgit. 40,000 seat ni. And then you get to the part of driving this car. This car is really nice to drive. Well, I'm not saying about this particular car, but the Skyline in general is a very nice car to drive. Tapi, at the back of your mind, whenever you drive these kind of things, you're thinking like, Suta. Do I really need to go that fast? And even today, I drove this car to the office. At no point did I really want to drive fast because I'm always constantly worried. Takut ada motor langgar, takut ada lori nak masuk, tak bagi signal. That's the problem with this kind of cars. Yes, memang boleh pergi laju. You do it 500-600 horsepower, lepas tu takut nak bawa. And I really do appreciate the kind of person who takes these cars to the track at least, because then you can really appreciate these kind of cars where it's meant to be. Because remember, these cars were back in Super GT back then, back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Really going all the way around Suzuka, well, Sepang back then as well. And can you imagine driving this, being a car guy, kena cucuk dengan MyV, kena overtake and buy a MyV. And then there's another thing about the people who buys these cars. just for the internet fame, the internet glory, the social media points. Well, did you really spend 1 million ringgit just to get likes on IG? You go out of the car, buka hood, you can see the glorious RB260 ETT. To most people will go with the 2JZ from the Toyota Supra, tapi I think this is also another iconic engine. A lot of people tend to have the perception of owning an RB26 is not that cheap. And to be honest, I've talked to the owner of this car and dia kata tak adalah mahal mana pun. This is quite a normal engine. Yes, dia ada 6 cylinder. Yes, dia ada twin turbo. There's quite a few things yang boleh buat to the engine. But with anything pun, if you mod the thing, memanglah benda tu tak akan jadi reliable. Benda tu akan jadi mahal. And it's a continuous money pit if you keep on putting stuff to the engine. And it goes without saying that benda-benda macam ni, if you really want to spend and if you really want to put money into the engine, like you want to mod it up, you want to stroke the engine, you want to open it up and everything, memang akan jadi mahal. Of course, benda tu tak akan jadi reliable. But this car has been the same way for the past 14 years. Has never opened the engine. Swap the turbos tu pun sebab turbo leak. That's not really an issue there. It happens. It's an old car. But even then, this is quite a reliable engine. So whenever I ask him like how much is the maintenance on this kind of cars, dia kata basically beli minyak hitam, beli oil filter, which you can actually get from a regular spare part shop, and minyak hitam, oil filter, tambah labor, that's about what, less than 300 bucks, 300. So pretty much if you're really comparing it to a normal car, it's not that different. It's not that different to a normal car. But you know, biasalah, human nature. Obviously, you would want the thing that is the best for your car. You would want to go with the Nismo parts. You want to go with the Tomes, the HKS, all those kind of things. JDM is always the way to go. These are just bragging rights. You don't really need those kind of things. Benda-benda macam tu is nice to have item, but the car can run without those things. And to be fair, the people who are doing this kind of engines, they're doing 600-700 horsepower engines. Do they really drive though? Are they the type of person who will take these cars out to the track? The problem dengan these kind of JDMs nowadays, yes, I understand people buy them sebab diorang suka, they watch Fast and Furious back then. Yeah, it's an amazing car nonetheless. Tapi because of these kind of things, it appreciates because of the same things. So you buy these kind of cars, you don't enjoy them, tapi you expect to sell them back at around 1 million ringgit. I understand orang-orang beli macam ni dulu. Back then, diorang maybe tak mampu nak beli brand new. And yes, these cars were quite expensive back then. Probably $500,000 if I'm not mistaken. And now dia dah mampu, dia beli, dia enjoy kejap and then dia jual. It's not really fair to those yang really working hard just semata-mata dia nak beli their original dream car back in 1999. And can you imagine, I would be quite frustrated if I spend that amount of money just by buying these kind of cars. It's not that the car isn't great. No, I never said that. But ringgit 1 million, that's a lot of money. Well, you're really going into the Porsche 911 GT3 category. You can get yourself a brand new GTR, which, let's be honest, is way faster than this. And with those type of cars, you don't really have to get scared wherever you drive it, because if I'm being honest, I'm driving this thing. Our office is a multi-story car park, quite safe. There's quite a lot of supercars there as well. I don't feel safe parking there. I'm scared because, yes, juta. If this goes missing, what am I going to say to the owner? So yeah, security is one more thing that people have to think of with this kind of cars. Beli kereta mahal-mahal, nak kena cari security tracker mahal-mahal. You're really putting yourself, well, not in danger, but you're always having the idea of, is my car that safe? Can I park it there? Nak park pun, you cannot park at a normal car park because nanti, well, takut orang langgar your door and everything. It's not a hassle to own, but you're always constantly thinking of the car. Now, I understand that these cars will one day appreciate more and more in price. Probably one day these will go up in, like, say, Barrett Jacksons, RM Sotheby's, apa semua. But yes, it might be worth that amount now. Probably you might not understand it at the moment, but think about it. Nowadays, there's no longer ICE engines. Most car manufacturers are going with EV engines. So think about this. You're really buying something worth 500,000 ringgit. You're not only buying a piece of JDM history, you're actually buying a piece of car culture history. Yeah.